key though is how you structure your listing. Like a lot of people have done that. A lot of owners nowadays think like, well, let me put my property on Craigslist. But what they do is they do the listing wrong. So what happens is what they do, and even realtors, they hire a realtor, and most realtors are trained on how to sell houses, not how to sell land. So as a result, what the realtors do is, like on a house, you can do all these things. I have a real estate license in Arizona. I don't use it. It doesn't help me with my business. It doesn't hurt me on my business. I just use it so that if I do place a larger investment, I can save myself tens of thousands of dollars of commissions, right? That's what I use it for. But on the land side, a typical house realtor, if you list a house realtor knows you can stage the house, right? You have the photographer come during the sunset, beautiful lighting, right? You create beautiful pictures about it. You stage the house, you do an open house, you go a broker open house, you do all these different things to move that house very quickly. Well, you can't do any of them in land. Like, you're not going to stage a piece of land. What, are you going to put some furniture on there? It doesn't really work that well, right? you can take some nice pictures of it, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be pictures of a bunch of brushes, a bunch of trees, and a bunch of grass, and a bunch of rocks, and a bunch of sand, right? So it's not really pretty pictures. You can not do an open house on the piece of land. I mean, who's going to show up, right? And so on. So realtors don't know how to market a piece of land. That's why what most of them do is they take land on, let's say the neighbor has a piece of land. It's like, hey, you're a realtor. Can you list my land? They're like, sure. And what they do is they put one aerial picture of Google on there, and they put a two-liner, and they put it in the MLS, which then syndicates it over to Zillow. And what you get is a picture that is a listing that is butt ugly and boring. And as a result, they don't offer any seller financing. They don't offer any discount. The realtor tells them, I think the property's worth $80,000. They put it up $80,000. And the reality is land market at market value for cash only takes 6 to 12 months to sell. So they sit that thing on there with an ugly picture, no description or barely any description. The thing doesn't move, right? That's the reality. And that's what people think. And then the listing expires. And then our letter hits, like, I don't know, 6 months later, our letter hits, we send them a letter, and they're like, well, yeah, nobody wanted my piece of land. You can have it. You want to offer what, $15,000? Yeah, sure, take it. So they allow us to put this property that truly is worth $80,000 under contract for $15,000. And then what we do is we create a listing that makes the property pop off the screen in a matter of like 7 days or so. Not always 7 days. It takes anywhere between 2 days and 7 weeks, but it usually is fairly quickly. And what we do is we create a listing in which we tell a story. We create a listing where we show what's around, because people don't buy land because they like the tree is on there. They don't buy land because they like the sand, the quality of the sand or the dirt on there. They buy land because of what they're planning to do on it. And we've identified that we have either the people that buy the land because of its location close to the path of growth as an appreciating asset. We buy people who buy land because they want to build a house on there that they then retire on, right? Ideally, those are the properties like 10, 20 miles outside of the city. They want to know, they're just, as long as there's land, as you can build a house on there and it has some utilities, what they care about is not what trees are in the house, not what sand is on the house, what dirt is on the land. Not on the house, what dirt is on the land. They care about how far is the next doctor away? How far is the next grocery store away? How far is the next movie theater or restaurant away? So if you can show them that this property is within 5 miles of this town where there's a Walmart and all this kind of stuff, and within 10 miles of a hospital, within 5 miles of a gas station, and within 3 miles of the next interstate, and in an hour you're at the airport, then they're like, well, this is perfect for me because I got my piece. It's an affordable piece of land that I can build my retirement home, because they realize they can't retire in style based on the level of saving that they have, because most people haven't saved enough. And now your listing looks amazing, and it's not hard. It's just following a formula that we have in our program for land sales. So that's